Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spellbound, a darker shade of black. Get your copy today at your favorite online bookseller. When it comes down to your Girls Who Swirl, there is a very distinct pattern to their behavior. And I've noticed that studying their videos and content over the past couple of years that I've been on here on YouTube. And I've noticed all the time when it comes down to your Girls Who Swirl, they often go out making these announcements about how they're going to explore their dating options, and then they go looking for responses from black men. And because most black men are emotional, they spend most of their time reacting to the announcements of these black females instead of responding to them. Now, when I look at the pattern and the paradigm of most of these black men out here, as it relates to these Girls Who Swirl, it works like this. Your Girls Who Swirl sit here and talk about the white men they are dating, the white men they are getting involved with, and the possibility of exploring their dating options, and how these men of other races are going to be better than black men. And they make these videos hoping to get some sort of emotional response from African American men, and hoping that these men will continue to go back and forth with them in the comments section. And the reason why they want the black men to go back and forth with them is twofold. One is because they crave attention, and this is their way of getting attention from black men. And two, because most of these black females want to make these black men jealous. And they believe if they make these black men jealous, what will happen is that these men will see their value as women. Unfortunately, all this leads to is some sort of vicious cycle where the men just keep going back and forth with them, and men in most cases don't really see their value. So it really winds up becoming just a failed ploy that just leads to attention and drama. And it really doesn't really prove anything or even show anything except that these females are in desperate need of attention, and they really just want attention from black men. They really want the black men to pay them attention, and they really aren't really interested in exploring any dating options. So when you look at the big picture, if these females were interested in exploring their dating options, again, they wouldn't be broadcasting this and announcing it to the world, I am going out to explore my dating options. They would just go out and have relationships with whoever they want. If they would see a white man that they would like, they would go out and have a relationship with that white man. If they see an Asian man they like, they would go out and have a relationship with that Asian man or that Hispanic man or that Arab man. And that would be the end of it. There wouldn't be this desperate need to announce it, to brag it, to boast it, and to try to get attention for it from black men. You wouldn't go to a black man's channel talking about this stuff and still trying to argue with it. You would just go out and have your relationship, and that would be the end of it. And that's what I notice in most healthy interracial relationships. Your black female who pursues a relationship with a white man, that's between him and her. But with the swirler, they want to announce it to the world. But you look at that and you say to yourself, why do you need to announce it? Why do you need all this attention? If you have a relationship, that relationship's between you and your man, and your issues are between you and your man. And the other thing that I notice with your Girls Who Swirl is this, that oftentimes when these Girls Who Swirl get into trouble with their white man, their Asian man, or their Arab man, or Hispanic man, who do they start announcing with their extra salty tears for help? That's right, they run over to the black man, talking about this guy has done them wrong, this guy has done them bad, and then they wait for these Negro males to come out with their Mickey Mouse galoshes and their Ben Cooper capes to play Captain Save-'em, and then, in a desperate ploy, trying to show her what a good man they are by trying to attack the evil white man, not understanding that they're both being manipulated by a dysfunctional female who, again, lives for the attention she gets from these men. And when you listen to these Girls Who Swirl, this is what you hear from them. They sit there and say they're exploring their dating options. Then, when this guy disagrees with them, has a difference of opinion, or even goes into racial histrionics like we saw in a video a couple of weeks ago, they're looking for the black male to come in and play Captain Save-'em. And what I'm seeing these days from some black men is that they're not coming to her defense. And that's the smart thing, because, again, if you chose to explore these dating options and these options do not work for you, then you have to deal with the consequences of those dating options. Because these are the choices you made, and for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, and you have to deal with the consequences of dealing with this man and getting involved with this man. It's no different from the black female who decides to get involved with the dope dealer. If she gets arrested while sitting in the car with the dope dealer, then she has to deal with the criminal charges from being in a relationship with that dope man. So there's no difference between the two. When you get involved with one of these white or non-black men and they call you an N-word, that is the consequence of being involved in that relationship. And you can't expect some black man to come in and be a savior in that relationship or pay you any attention. You said these were the dating options you wanted to explore. This was the relationship you wanted to pursue. Well, in any relationship, that relationship is between you and that man, and you can't ask other people to get involved in your relationship to come in and be some sort of mediator or some sort of Captain Save-'em who comes in and saves you from your own irresponsible decisions. When you choose to explore your options, every option has to have, trade-offs, and it also has consequences for those options. So every action you take has a reaction, and this is something that most of your black females just don't understand. They sit there and they go and pull these stunts talking about they want to explore their dating options, as I see it, looking to make many of these black men jealous, because when I look at their behaviors, they're always looking over their shoulder, looking to see how this black man is going to react, how this black man is going to respond. And because many of these black men were raised in single mother households, they take the bait, they get emotional, and they continue to jump into an argument of back and forth with this female, not understanding that she's just trying to see how much attention she can get. And if she sees herself not getting any attention, that's when she really gets upset, because she knows that the jig is up and the game is over, and she can't manipulate any more black men into playing this cat and mouse game with her. Now, if more men were to do that, and just whenever they hear these events happening, like the one with the black female who got attacked by the white man after the Trump election, just totally tune it out and ignore it, let that woman deal with the consequences of it, you'll see a lot of them starting to stop playing these little cat and mouse games of, trying to get you into an argument over who she's dating, and that would pretty much end that, because when it comes down to these females, what they want to do is get your attention, get you bickering and arguing with them, and then have you going back and forth with them in a exchange that only is there to sate her ego and make her feel like that she is the center of attention, when she is not doing anything worth you paying attention to. If she's going out to explore her dating options, then she should just need to go out and explore her dating options, and you, Mr. Black Man, need to focus on you and the goals you want to pursue, because if she's exploring her dating options, you need to just go out and focus on building yourself up and taking yourself to the next level, because this person is clearly not on your level and is not interested in you, because if you listen to the statements they're making, they're saying you're not good enough for them, and if you're not good enough for them, then they're not worthy of your attention, and most importantly, your time, because time is precious, and you can't get time back once it's lost. So whenever they say these things, leave those females right behind and move on and focus on you. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.